Hello students, welcome to distance learning with Nrpendra Acharya. In this video, we are going to study about arithmetic mean. We have already concluded the first part of arithmetic progression, arithmetic sequence or arithmetic series where we learned the concept of arithmetic progression, arithmetic sequence, and we studied about the formula to find the general term or last term, and now it's arithmetic mean. Let's develop the concept of arithmetic mean, what actually arithmetic mean means, introduction. And let's consider an arithmetic sequence. Here you can see the arithmetic sequence. First sequence, there are the terms of the first sequence are, there are three terms, right? There are three terms in the first sequence, where middle term is missing. The first term is 12 and the last term is 20. Now there are a few questions and answer. We are building towards the concept of arithmetic mean. Now there are questions. Have you heard a word mean actually before? In mathematics, have you heard a word mean before? And the answer is definitely you have heard it. And so yes, in statistics, the word mean is used in statistics, like arithmetic mean, isn't it? And which we call average also. In lower classes also, we know the formula, that is summation f(x) by n. We have applied that formula, or sum of observation upon number of observation. That's the arithmetic mean. In statistics, you have heard this word. And find the mean of number 12 and 20. Here you can see from the sequence 12 and 20, and we can find the mean of these numbers, isn't it? And the formula is as usual, sum of observation upon number of observation, and the answer is 16. The mean of 12 and 20 is 16. Now, as I have already told you, we are building towards something, isn't it? We are developing the concept of arithmetic mean here in sequence and series. And what will be the number between 12 and 20 in arithmetic progression? And arithmetic progression, in this arithmetic progression, what will be the number between 12 and 20? What's that be the number? No, this is like a general question, isn't it? The answer is, there is no answer. We have to think ourselves. So let's analyze this. Let's analyze it. This sequence, as it is an arithmetic sequence, and as we have already studied in the previous video, in arithmetic sequence, common difference in arithmetic sequence, the common difference are equal, isn't it? Common difference are equal. Common difference between the consecutive terms are equal. So let us analyze it. As sequence 1 is an arithmetic sequence, we can get the number on this gap by adding a common value d to 12, isn't it? The common difference between these three terms will be d. Now if we add d to 12, then we will get this number, or if we subtract d from the 20, we will get the same number, isn't it? You can see here, because the numbers here, if the number here is let's suppose it's a, then we can get this number by adding d to 12 or subtracting d from 20. The same number we are going to get, isn't it? Because these numbers are in arithmetic progression, and if the numbers are in arithmetic progression, sequence or series, whatever we like to call, then their common difference will be equal, isn't it? Will be constant or equal. So because of that fact, we can say that if we add d to the 12, common difference, d means common difference here, common difference to the 12, and if we subtract the common difference from 20, then we will get our number A. Now that's number A. We are going to get that A. Now so 12 plus D is equal to A, and 20 minus D is also A. So we can equate this part, 12 plus D equal to 20 minus D. Now you can see the answer we get is 4. The value of D will be 4. You can simplify it yourself also. 12 plus D equals 20 minus D. 20 minus D. Now D plus D is 2D, and 20 minus 12 is 8. So our value of D will be 4. So our D is 4. So we can get this A. Now so we can get this A by adding 12 and 4, that is 20 minus 4, that will be 16. So the number A, the number in the gap, or you can say the A, our A is 16. You can say there is 16 in the gap. So the answer to this question is 16, and we know that the mean between 12, arithmetic mean between 12 and 20 is also 16. So in statistics, by using the concept of the statistic or by using the concept of arithmetic sequence, we find the same answer. Now you can see 16 is the arithmetic mean between 12 and 20. If there are only 3 terms in an arithmetic sequence, then we can find the mean. We can find the mean, arithmetic mean between 2 terms, exactly like we do in statistics. Or we can say that if we find arithmetic mean between 2 numbers, then that will be the same in arithmetic sequence also. So 16 is the arithmetic mean between 12 and 20. Now let's derive the formula. To find one arithmetic mean, here why 1 is written, because we can find many arithmetic mean also in sequence and series. There can be number of means can be more than 1 also. So between A and B, A is the first term and B is the last term. Okay. Now let M be the arithmetic mean. Let us suppose that M is the arithmetic mean, like as we say right here we have written A, arithmetic mean between first term A and the last term B, and between A and B there is arithmetic mean M. Now we are going to derive the formula. Now so our sequence will be A, M and B, isn't it? Because as M is the mean, arithmetic mean between A and B, and there are only 3 terms. So our sequence will be A, M and B. Now as we can use this concept right here. Here T1, T2 and T3, you can see T1 is A, T2 is M and T3 is B. Now we know common difference D is equal to T2 minus T1, isn't it? D is common difference, or D is common difference, T2 minus T1, and also T3 minus T2. Now let's fill the value. Let's substitute the value. T2 is M, T1 is A, T3 is B, and T2 is M. So let's arrange the like terms. M plus M is equal to A plus B. So M plus M will be 2M. 2M is equal to A plus B, or M is equal to A plus B by 2. So this is the formula to find arithmetic mean between 2 numbers. One arithmetic mean between 2 numbers. Now our formula wall will be populated and new member is added to it. So we have done exercise related to formula 1 and formula 2. Now one more formula is added, M is equal to A plus B by 2. Okay, now similarly let us observe sequence 2 and 3. As we have already observed sequence 1, and we have already derived the formula m is equal to a plus b by 2. So here you can see 5 is the first term and 25 is the last term, and there are 3 terms in between 5 and 25. Now these 3 terms, these numbers 10, 15 and 20 are arithmetic mean between first term 5 and last term 25. Now these are the arithmetic mean. In case there are more terms, there are more than 3 terms in an arithmetic sequence, then the terms between the first and last are arithmetic means. You can again see the another sequence also. You can see between minus 24 and minus 9 there are minus 21, minus 18, minus 15 and minus 12. So these numbers are also called arithmetic mean between minus 24 and minus 9. So now I think the concept of arithmetic mean is clear. The arithmetic means are those numbers which are in arithmetic sequence. First they must be in arithmetic sequence, the sequence must be arithmetic sequence, then they must be between, those numbers must be between the first and the last term of arithmetic sequence. So these numbers, any numbers between first and last term of an arithmetic sequence are called arithmetic mean. Arithmetic sequence, don't forget arithmetic series also. The numbers of terms, number of term or terms, term also, because there may be only one term between there may be one term between first and last term of any sequence, isn't it? So number of term or terms between first and last term of arithmetic sequence is called arithmetic mean. So simple concept is very simple. Now you can see the formula well. Example 1, the first example related to arithmetic mean. As this is arithmetic progression, you can see arithmetic sequence also. As this is arithmetic progression, find the value of x. Now the solution is, now we are going to apply the mean concept. Why I have written this? Because we have done this question in a different way also, and it can be done in a different way also. In part 1 you can check that process also, and a link is on the description below. You can check there also. From there also you can easily get that video. Applying the mean concept. And what is mean concept? You can see here given sequence is 11, 8 and 9, and you can see if we apply the mean concept, this x is the value of m, and this is a and this is b if we apply the mean concept. Okay, now see, a is 11 and similarly m is x and b is equal to 19. It must be 19. I think here there is a mistake here. So 19. Okay, now we know m is equal to a plus b by 2, and let's substitute the value. A is 11, b is 19, and divided by 2, the sum total, that is 15. Okay, our value of x is 15. It's very easy. If we apply the mean concept, then you can get the answer very easily. Okay, now I think there are questions for you to practice. Try this. You can pause the video. You can try this question. Do exactly as done in example 1. You will easily find the value of x. And there is another question also. 27, 3a, 45 are in AP. Find the value of a. So this concludes our example 1. Now it's time for example 2. You can see a formula on the top right corner. Example 2. If the 13th and 15th term of an arithmetic progression or sequence are minus 17 and minus 23, find the 14th term. You can see T13 and comma and T15. Okay, there is T14 in the middle, T14 in the middle, and T15. So from the mean concept, what we know is the term in the middle, that is T14, is the arithmetic mean between T1, T13 and T15. So we can apply the mean concept here. T13 will be A and T15 will be B, and we have the value of A and B, so T14 will be M, isn't it? We can apply the mean concept. Solution, applying the mean concept as there is in the definition also, for any number and in terms between first and last term is or are arithmetic means. So here the middle term between T13 and T15 is T14, so and the arithmetic mean between T13 and T15 is T14. Here given sequence is minus 17M and minus 13. As this is T13, M is T14, and our minus 23 is T15. Okay, now let's write A is equal to T13 is equal to minus 17, M is equal to T14 is equal to what, and B is equal to T15 term, 15th term, minus 23. Now we know the formula. You can see F3 from formula 1, that is M is equal to A plus B by 2, or our M is T14, and we can substitute the value of A, that is minus 17 plus in bracket minus 23 by 2. You can see minus 20. The sum total is minus 20. This is our answer. Therefore T14 is equal to minus 20. And there are questions for you to try to practice this similar sort of question. If the first and third term, that means second term, T2 will be the arithmetic mean. And the second term will be the arithmetic mean M. If sixth and eighth term and middle term is T7, seventh term, our second term will be arithmetic mean between sixth and eighth term. Ninth and 11th term are given, means 10th term is an arithmetic mean between, in question number 3, 10th term will be the arithmetic mean between 9th term and 11th term. So apply the mean concept, you can easily find the answer of all these questions. And this concludes our example 2. Now it's time to derive the formula to find the common difference between the terms if there are n arithmetic means between A and B. Now we have to consider there are n means between A and B. So those n means are M1, M2, M3, and Mn are the arithmetic mean between A and B, and their common difference between A the first term and B the last term, and their common difference is supposed to be D. We have supposed D as a common difference of the entire sequence. So our sequence will be like this. So there are n means between A and B, you can clearly see, and our second last mean is Mn minus 1. So last mean is Mn and first mean is M1. Now as they are arithmetic sequence, this is their arithmetic this is arithmetic progression, as this is arithmetic sequence, so the common difference between the terms will be constant, and that will be same. You can see here the gap between the terms is the common difference, and that common difference is equal and is constant throughout the sequence. Now focus on M1. How can we get M1? We can get M1 from two sides, from first also, from uh, uh, from our first term also, and we can get m from our last term also. Now from first term we can easily add d to a, because the common difference between the consecutive terms is d, so we can add d to first term and we get m1, a plus d equal to m1. But we can get m1 from last term also, and b minus nd. Now why nd? If you have confusion, then there is a illustration. In illustration, the number of means, there are selected means, only 4 means are there between a and b. You can see in the illustration a and b are the extreme values, extreme terms, and between them there are only 4 means, and our focus is on m1, and as the common difference is d. And you can see here also m1, you can see here m1 we get m1 by adding d, common difference d, to the first term, and again we get m1 by subtracting 4 times d from last term. Now let's understand this part. Now the gap is there, you can see the gap is d. Now let's write d on the gap, d, 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 and d. Now I don't think there is any problem in this part. A plus d is equal to m1. Okay, easily you can see, if we add d to a, d to our a, we get m1. Now but from last you can see how many d must be subtracted. You can see 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now if we subtract 4 times d from the last term, then we get m1. So if there are 4 arithmetic mean between any 2 terms of arithmetic series, then to get m1 from the last side we have to subtract by, to get first mean we have to subtract by the number of mean times d. So in our this part of our derivation, there are an arithmetic mean between a and b. So to get the first mean from last value, the last term, then we have to subtract n times d from b. Okay, now here we cannot count because we don't know the number of n, but here we can count. Now if you can check, you can illustrate from the another number. If you can from the 5, if there are 5 number of means between a and b also, there in that case it would have been b minus 5d to get first mean. Okay, to get second mean, third mean, that is another part. Okay, that there is another way also, but we need a formula to find d. Okay, isn't it? In mean concept we have to find d. To find d, this much will be enough if you understand only this part, that to get m1 from first and last, then it will be very easy. Now from first we can just add d to it, from last we have to subtract the number of mean times d. Now how many mean? N mean, then n times d. So let's proceed. Now let's forget this part for once. Then we can erase the like term, nd plus d is equal to b minus a. Now we can take common d, in bracket n plus 1 is equal to b minus a. Now our d will be b minus a upon n plus 1. Common difference d is, now for this common difference is for mean concept only. Now our first mean will be, now we can easily see from first we're doing this from the first, our first mean will be a plus d. If we add 1d to our first term, then we get our first mean. Now second mean we have to add 2d, isn't it? 1d, 2d. Now for third we have to add 1d, 2d, and 3d. For fourth mean we have to add 4d. Now for last mean we have to add n times d, isn't it? So we have our new formula. So our formula 1 will get populated. Now one more member is added to it. So this concludes our derivation. So don't get confused, student. Now this illustration will help you to understand why it is written n here, and it depends on the number of mean. How many mean are there? If there are n means between, a and b, between the extreme values, first and last terms, then here we have to subtract to get m1. Just focus to get m1, just to get m1, not other values, not m2, m3, m4. We are not considering those. Only to get m1 we have to subtract n times t. Okay, this illustration will help you to understand, because we reduce the number of mean, and we made the number of mean to be countable, like there are only 4 means, and we can easily see to get to get m1 from b, to get m1, to get the value of m1 first mean from d, we can clearly see there are 4 d's, and we have to subtract 4d. Now if there are n means between, and between the two terms, then we have to find a first mean, then we have to subtract n times d from b. So that's why b minus the nd is written. Now you can see formula 1. Example 3a. Insert 3 arithmetic mean between 1 by 2 and 7 by 2. Okay, we have to put 3 arithmetic mean between first and last term. So how many terms does the sequence has? Now this is a question, isn't it, for you, that how many terms does the sequence have if there are 3 means between first and last term. Now so there are 3 means, so, and there are 2 values, value of a and value of b. Now total number of terms in the sequence will be 5. There are 5 terms. There are 5 terms because there are 3 means and the extreme values. Okay, 2 extreme values, that are total number of terms are 5. Now see the solution. Writing the sequence 1 by 2 comma, and there are 3 means m1, m2 and m3, comma 7 by 2. Now as you can count here, there are total of 5 terms in our sequence. Now these are our sequence. Here a is 1 by 2, b is n is 3, because the number of means is n. Okay, it is not the total number of terms in a sequence, and here is number of means. B is 7 by 2. Now first we have to find common difference by applying the formula F4. In mean concept we have to apply the formula F4, b minus a n plus 1. Now we can substitute the value of b, that is 7 by 2, and minus sign, and so we can substitute the value of a, that is 1 by 2, and n is 3 plus 1, 4. Now let's take LCM from numerator part. 7 minus 1 by 2, you can apply your calculator also. Now that is 6 by 2 by 4. We can cancel 2 and 6 as 3. 2 and 6, you can write 3, and our common difference is 3 by 4. Now as we know, our first mean will be m1 will be a plus d, and we can replace the value of a as 1 by 2 and d as 3 by 4, and you can see the sum will be 5 by 4. You can use your calculator. And now m2, second mean, then we know the formula, that is a plus 2d, and a plus 2d, and let's replace the value 1 by 2 plus 2 into d, 3 by 4, which will be equal to 22. You can use your calculator. You can see here it is 1 by 2, so 1 by 2 plus 3 by 2, that will be 4 by 2, and it is 2. Now third mean, m3 is equal to a plus 3d, and a is 1 by 2 plus sign, 3 is 3 into 3 by 4. Now it is 11 by 4. Now these are our 3 arithmetic mean between 1 by 2 and 7 by 2. That's our answer. So try this, and there are questions for you. Insert arithmetic mean between a minus b whole square and a plus b whole square. Here or arithmetic mean means you have to apply the formula F3. Okay, 5 arithmetic mean, for this you have to apply the formula F4, and 4 arithmetic mean also you have to apply the formula F4, and you have to apply the formula F4, find D, and you can proceed in this way: first mean, second mean, second mean, and third mean. Okay, you can pause the video, you can complete these questions, and let's move to 3B. Now here we have to find two unknowns are there inside between first and last mean, first and last term. Sorry, not mean. There are two unknowns. That means, as from the definition, that x and y are arithmetic mean between -9 and 3, isn't it? So number n will be 2. And a we have a, we have b, and we have n, so we can easily find d. After we find d, we can find the value of x and y. Solution: writing the sequence, and the sequence is -9, x, y, and 3. And from the definition, we know that the terms between first and last terms in any sequence, in any arithmetic sequence, are arithmetic mean. So x and y are the arithmetic mean. X is first mean and y is second mean. So number of means are 2. There are 2 means. So here a is -9, b, n is 2, and b is 3. So let's find the value of d. We know the formula d is, we are going to apply the formula d. Formula to find d is F4, that is b minus a n plus 1. Now 3 minus -9, we have replaced the value of a, b, and n. Now 3 plus 9 by 3, that is 12 by 3, which is 4. So common difference is 4. First mean m1 equal to x, isn't it? First mean is x, so its formula is a plus d, because if we add d to the first term, then we can get first mean. Now that is -9 plus 4 equal to 5. And second mean m2 is equal to y plus a plus 2d. If we add 2d, because the gap between the terms is d, because it is arithmetic progression. Now let's substitute the value of a, that is -9 plus 2 into 4, that is -1. So these are our answers. So value of x is 5 and value of y is -1. So this is very important question. It is frequently asked in examination in 2 marks. So there are questions for you to try. Try this. You can do it exactly in the same way as example 3b, and this concludes our example 3b. (3c). Now this is the interesting question. Now the extreme value x is unknown, and here also we can clearly see x is the first term and 13 is the last term, and between these x and 13 there are 7 and y, these are the means. So there are 2 means. Number of mean, writing the sequence, is x, 7, y, 13, and we can here a is x, and you can see n is 2, because between first and last term there are 2 terms. That means number of means are, there are 2 means. Number of mean is 2, b is 13. So as in previous example, we can find common difference. D is equal to b minus a n plus 1, that is b is 13, a upon n 2 plus 1, 13 minus x by 3. Now this is our d. Now first mean, we have our first mean m1 equal to 7, and that's the formula for first mean is a plus d. So or 7 equal to a plus d. A is our x and d is 13 minus x by 3. Now only x is unknown, so we can easily find the value of x. Or 7 plus, we are taking LCM right here, 3x plus 13 minus x is LCM. Uh, LCM is 3, and LCM is because there is 1, and LCM of 1 and 3 is 3, and so 3 goes to here towards x, that is 3x plus, and 1 goes towards 13 minus x. So multiplied by 1, 13 minus x is 13 minus x. Now we can simplify it. 7 into 3 equal to, we can solve it actually, 2x. 3x minus x is 2x, to 2x plus 13. Now 21 minus 13 is 2x. You can see 21 is here and 13 is here, and 8 is equal to 2x, or 8 by 2 is 4 is x. So value of x is a, and x is a, and value of x is 4. Second mean, that is m2 is equal to y is equal to a plus 2d. Now value of a is 4 and value of d is 13 minus x by 3. Now we can replace the value of x because that is 4 minus 4 by 3. 4 plus 2 into 9 by 3. We can cancel 3 1 the 3 and 3 3 the 9. Now it is 4 plus 2 into 3, which is 10. Okay, 6 plus 4 is 10. So we have found the value of x and y. Therefore x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 10. Now these are our answers. Try these questions. Try this question. There are only one question. Find the value of p and q. We can do exactly like example 3c. Now this concludes our example 3c. You can pause the video. You can do the question. You can make your note, and let's proceed to another example. Example 4. There are k arithmetic mean between 15 and 45. If the third mean, now k arithmetic means mean the value of n is k. Okay, don't forget the value of n is k. No need to get confused because there are 15, and between 15 and 45 there are few means, and number of mean is k. Okay, we can say number of mean, total number of mean is k. First mean m1, second mean m2, and our third mean is third mean is given, that is 30, and we know the formula of third mean, that is a plus 3d plus 3d. We don't know the exact number of means, and it is given like mk. The last mean is mk, so we can say that number of means n is k. Solution here: a is equal to 15, n is equal to k because there are k number of means, b is equal to 45, and we know we can find the common difference d applying the formula 4, that is b minus a. We can say 45 minus 15 by k plus 1. Okay, so that's d, that is 30 by k plus 1. Now we have third mean, that is 30. Equation 1. Again third mean, m3 is equal to 30. Now we know the formula of third mean, m3 is equal to a plus 3d. We can replace the value of m3 by 30 and value of a by 15 and plus 3d. Now we can easily find the value of d, or we can find the value of k by putting the value of d, substituting the value of d. Or 15 is equal to 3d, d is equal to 5. In any way you can simplify, whichever way you find easier. We can put the value of d as 30 by k plus 1 right here also. Okay, now from 1 and 2, now both are the value of d. 30 by k plus 1 is also value of d, and 5 is also value of d, so we can equate 5 equal to 30 plus k, 30 by k plus 1. Now cross multiplication, or 5 bracket k plus 1 is equal to 35k. You can cancel here also. Okay, you can cancel from here and you can make your work easier or shorter also. Or 5k is equal to 25, 30 minus 5, and or 5k is equal to 25 and k is equal to 5. Now number of means are 5. There are 5 means between 15 and 25. Now try this question. This means there is only one question. If the thought mean between 6 and 16 is 12, find the number of means. Means we have to find the value of n. Okay. Now let's move to another example. Okay, it's time for example 5. You can see the formula on top right corner. Example 5. This is a very important question, and this question is for 4 marks. There are 3 arithmetic mean between two numbers a and b. The extreme values are unknown here, and first the third mean is given. First mean is also given. First and third mean are given as 16 and 34 respectively. So we have to find the value of a and b. Process is very simple. Solution. First understand that we have to find common difference. First thing you have to do is common difference, then apply first mean, a formula of first mean, and apply formula of third mean. From there you can get the value of a and d by solving it, and then we can substitute the value of a and d on the common difference formula. Then the unknown part is only b, so we can get b very easily. N is equal to 3. There are 3 arithmetic means. You can see here n equal to 3. So we know the formula to calculate d is b minus a. As b and a are unknown, but we have the value of n, so let's substitute the value of n. B minus a, n is 3, so d is, you can say that d is equal to b minus a by 4, and this is equation 1. And let's move forward. Again, first mean m1 is equal to 16 is given there, so a formula of m1 is a plus d. So don't make mistake of substituting the value of d. A time will come, okay, or we can say no need to substitute the value of d. We can find the value of a and d without substituting the value of d from equation 1. Or we don't have the value of a and d, so let's take d to left and right hand side. So a is equal to 16 minus d. It is our equation 2. Also, third mean m3 is equal to 34, or the formula of third mean is a plus 3d. A plus 3d is equal to 34. Now we can replace this a by 16 minus d, isn't it? The value of a is 16 minus d from equation 2. Putting the value of a from equation 2, or 16 minus d plus 3d equal to 34. Or 16 minus d plus 3d equal to 34, or okay, we can simplify this real quickly. D is equal to 9. So value of d is 9. So if we go back to our example equation 1, then we have the value previously d, b and a, all these three variable were unknown. Now d, we know the value of d. If we know the value of a or b, then we can find the value of another unknown variable. So the high probability is we will get the value of a. Then we can substitute the value of a and d here, then we can easily get the value of b. So now putting the value of d in equation 2, we can put the value of d in equation 2, and we will get the value of a. D on equation 2. Okay, let's substitute a equal to, or a equal to 16 minus 7, value of 16 minus 9, which is 7. A equal to, now we have the value of d also, we have the value of a also, and now we can go back to our equation 1. Now putting the value of a and d on equation 1, we get b minus 7. 9 is the value of d, 7 is the value of a. Now on cross multiplication you can see 9 into 4, that is 36, equal to b minus 7. Now value of b is 43. 36 plus 7 equal to b, and value of b is 43. So we have concluded our example 5. Okay, you can, if you find such type of question somewhere, then you can follow this process and you can get the answer easily. Example 6. If 6 am are inserted, now their number of means is 6. 6 am are inserted between 2 and b. Now one of the extreme value is given, that is a is given, b is unknown, and fourth mean is also given. Fourth mean means m4 is given as 0, and we know the formula to find m4 is a plus 40. Don't get confused. In case of mean, it is if m4 is a plus 40, but t4 is a plus 30. And find the other means. Now remaining means, there are 6 means, only one mean is given, fourth mean is given, so we have to find other rest of the other 5 means. Now let's see the formula 1. We need one formula from here, that is f4. Our solution, writing sequence. Now it is done for understanding, okay, to make you understand. Now see the fourth mean, that is 0, and we know the formula of fourth mean, that is a plus 40, isn't it? Here first term a equal to 2, last term b is equal to what? Number of means n is equal to 6. It's given in the question, and we know d is equal to, now see, in each and every question what we have done is we have found d at first, okay. Now d is equal to b minus 2 upon 6 plus 1, that is b minus 2 by 7. Now if we could find the value of d somehow, then we can easily find the value of b. Now let's use this part of this is also the given part of question, so let's use this. A is equal to 0 is equal to a plus d. Also fourth mean m4 equal to 0, and we know the formula a plus 40 equal to 0, or value of a is 2 plus 40 equal to 0, or 40 equal to minus 2, or d equal to minus 1 by 2, that is minus 1 by 2. Now putting the value of d here in equation 1, we can substitute the value of d as minus 1 by 2, and we can easily find the value of b, or minus 1 by 2 b minus a by 7. On cross multiplication, minus 7 is equal to 2 minus 2b minus 4. Now this 2 multiplies this b minus 2, or minus 7 plus 4 equal to 2b, or minus 3 equal to 2b, or minus 3 by 2 equal to b. So we have our value of a also, b also, d also. Now we can easily find the all remaining means, other means. B is equal to minus 3 by 2. This is the part of our answer. Now m1 equal to a plus d. Now let's substitute the value of a, that is 2, and d is minus 3 minus 1 by 2. Okay, d is 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2, which is 3 by 2. Similarly, m2 is equal to a plus 2d. 2 plus 2 into 1 by 2. We can cancel 2 here. Then we can get the answer 1. Also, m3 is equal to a plus 3d equal to 2 plus 3 into minus 1 by 2. equal to 1 by 2. Okay, you can use your calculator to simplify this part. M4 equal to 0. Let's see, we will get 0 or not. Yes, we get 0. M5 equal to a plus 5d, that is 2 plus 5, and d value of d is minus 1 by 2 equal to 2. So these are our, still we have M6. So these are our answers. These are the required means. So this concludes our example 6 also. Example 7. There are n mean between 4 and 24. Now this is very important question. There are n means we have to find the number of terms in the series. Now this n is the number of mean. Now how to find the number of terms? Now number of terms n plus 1 plus 1, that is 2. Then we are going to get the number of terms in a series. This is the number of means, and if we add extreme and mean, extreme values to the number of means, then we will easily get the number of terms in series. Now there is a formula 1, only F4 will be used. Now let's write solution here. Now our first term A is 4, second term B is 24, and number of means n is equal to what? And we know third mean, there is third mean. D is equal to, in each and every equation we are doing in this way, we are finding D. First B is 24 minus 4 and is n plus 1, that is 20 by n plus 1. Our value of D is 20 by n plus 1, and that is our equation 1. Now let's move to third mean again. Third mean, that is M3 equal to A plus 3D. Now we have the value of A, we can substitute it 4 plus 3D. Now don't make the mistake of substituting the value of D here. I'm not saying that you won't be able to get your answer, but you may be able to get your answer. You will be able to get your answer, but the calculation will be complicated. Okay, it will be difficult, and there will be the chance of making mistake also. So no need to substitute the value of D right now. Also, now we have our last mean, that is Mn. Okay, last mean is Mn, because we don't know the number of mean, how many mean are there. So last mean is nth mean, that is Mn. Or we can substitute the value of A as 4n nd. Okay, leave as it is. Now according to question, the ratio is between the first and third and last mean M3 and upon Mn is equal to 4 by 5. We can replace the value of M3 also, and we can replace the value of Mn also. Or M3 is, you can see M3 is 4 plus 3D, and our Mn is 4 plus Nd is equal to 4 by 5. Now let's cross multiply it, or 5 bracket 4 plus 3D, the first numerator part, equal to 4 bracket denominator part Nb. Okay, let's open the bracket. 20 plus 15D is equal to 16 plus 4nd. Now we have the number here, right here. Now we can subtract this number, or 20 minus 16 equal to 4nd minus 15d, or 4 equal to 4nd minus 15d. Now it is the right time to replace the value of d as 20 by n plus 1. Okay, now this is the right time. Or putting the value of d from equation 1, we get, or 4 equal to 4n, and we have the value of d, that is 20 by n plus 1, and minus 15, and we have the value of d, that is 20 by n plus 1. Now as the denominator is same, n plus 1, so our LCM will be n plus 1. 4 equal to I can say 80n, the multiplication of 4n and 20 is 18n, and 15 and 20 is 300. Now let's cross multiply it. 4n plus 4 after cross multiplication equal to 80n minus 300, or 300 plus 4 like terms are written on one side, or 304 equal to 76n, or 304 by 76, that is 4. Our value of n is 4, but n is not the answer. The value of n equal to 4 is not the answer. We have to find the number of terms in a series. Now our series is consist of 4, and there are 4 means, because there are 4 means, and 24. Now total there are 6 terms, isn't it? There are 4 means, m1, m2, m3, and m4. There are 4 means. Now we can count. There are 6 terms: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So number of terms in the arithmetic series is 4 plus 2 equal to 6. Now that 2, the value this 2 is extreme terms, isn't it? First and last term. So this concludes our example 7 also. You can pause the video. You can do it. It is very important question. Example 8. There are n AMs between arithmetic means between 3. The question is exactly similar to question number 7, only there is n minus 1, and I don't think this will make any difference here. But let's do this question also. Only formula 4 will be used at 4, that is for mean d equal to b minus a upon n plus 1. Exactly we proceed like example 7. It is a copy paste of example 7. Last term b is equal to 31, number of means n is equal to what, and we know d is equal to b minus a n plus 1. We have the value of a and b, so we are going to replace them. 31 minus 1 by n plus 1, so 30. D is equal to 30 by n plus 1. So this was for d. Now this is our equation 1. Now our 7th mean, m7 equal to a plus 70. Now a is 1, 70. Just leave it. Also, and n minus 1 is equal to, that is mn minus 1 means second last mean, isn't it? So here if there is nth mean, then it will be written a plus nd. If there is n minus 1th mean, then it will be written n minus 1 d, a plus n minus 1 d. So I don't think you will be confused. Whatever is here, that will be here. Okay. Now if there is 7, you can see 7. So there is 7, isn't it? For 7th mean 7d. If we add 7d to our first term, then we are going to get 7th mean. If we add n minus 1d to our first term, then we are going to get n minus 1th mean. N minus 1th mean. According to question, the ratio of 7th and n minus 1th mean is 5:9. So our 7th mean is 1 plus 7d. Our n minus 1th mean is 1 plus n minus 1d equal to 5 by 9. Now let's cross multiply 9 bracket 1 plus 7d equal to 5. Now there will be another bracket, curly bracket, plus n minus 1d. Okay, let's open the bracket. 9 plus 63d equal to 5 plus 5 n minus 1d. Okay, we can open that bracket again. Or 9 minus 5 plus 63 plus 5n. Now after multiplication, this is after multiplication of this part. Here we can see that is 5nd minus 5d and minus 63d. This 5 goes to this side. Or 4 equal to 5nd minus 68d. Now this is the right time to replace the value of d as 30 by n plus 1. Now putting the value of d, 5n, now it is the value of d is 30 upon n plus 1 minus 68 d. Now these are the replacement for d. Now as our denominator is same n plus 1, so while taking LCM you can see 5 into 30, that is 150n, and minus 68 into 30, that is 2040 n plus 1. Now cross multiplication, 4n plus 4 equal to 150n minus 2040, or 2040 2040 plus 4 equal to 150 minus 4n. So arranging the like terms, or 2044 equal to 146n. Now dividing, we get 14. So value of n is 14. Simple. Is 14. Okay. Now this concludes our example 8. Try this question now. Those examples 7, 8, which you have already done, and these questions are related to those examples. You can do this question easily. Now another example. Example 9. One number is reciprocal. Reciprocal means what is the reciprocal of 2? Reciprocal of 2 is 1 by 2, isn't it? So what will be the reciprocal of x? Reciprocal of x will be 1 by x. So one number is reciprocal of other. The one number, those are in arithmetic progression. Then the mean between them is 5 by 4. Find the numbers. Now, let's see. Let's suppose the number to be first number to be x. Okay, this is I can write say also, or you can do with a also. No need to suppose also. Now last number will be 1 by x, as given by the question. One number is reciprocal of other number. The arithmetic mean, there are only 3 terms, so arithmetic mean is 5 by 4. Now we are applying the formula f3. Now if you want to see our sequence, then it will be x comma m comma 1 by x, and this value of this m is 5 by 4. 5 by 4. So applying the mean concept here, and now replacing the value of m as 5 by 4 equal to a is x plus b is 1 by x upon 2. Now let's simplify. For 5 by 4 equal to x square, you can see here, from here it is x square plus 1 by x by 2, or 5 by 4 equal to x square plus 1 by 2x. Now this x and 2 multiplies, that is 2x. You can cancel 2 and 4 right here also, or 10 equal to 4 x square plus 1, or 10 equal to 10x is equal to 4x square plus 4, or 0 is equal to 4x square minus 10x plus 4. Now we are going to take common. You can cancel here also, okay, and you can make your simplification easy and quick. Or 0 equal to, now 2 is common, so 2x square minus 5x plus 2, bracket close, or 0 is equal to 2x square minus 5x plus 2. 0 equal to, now what will be the inside the bracket here? The two numbers will be 4x plus x. Now here product is 4 and our sum, product is 4 and our sum is 5, s is equal to 5. So we need two numbers whose product is 4 and sum is 5. The two numbers are 4 and 1. or let's open the bracket, 0 is equal to, and we have to be really careful here, the sign plus will be changed, you can see here. Now there are 4 terms, so let's take common from first 2 term and last 2 term. From first 2 term, the common is 2x and remaining is x minus 2, and from last 2 term nothing is common, that means 1 is common and remaining is x minus 2. Or now there are only 2 terms, x minus 2 is common from 2 terms, x minus 2 and 2x minus 1. Now either x minus 2 is equal to 0 or 2x minus 1 is equal to 0, or x is equal to 2 or 2x is equal to 1, or x is equal to 1 by 2. So our numbers are 2 and 1 by 2. Hence the numbers are 2 and 1 by 2. Now this concludes our example 9. Example 10. The product of two numbers is 48 and their arithmetic mean is 7. Two numbers in arithmetic progression, the product of two numbers in arithmetic progression is 48 and the mean is 7, and their mean between there are only three terms, so we are going to apply the formula f3. Now if we suppose the numbers to be a and b, then their mean is in middle, that is 7. Now there are two conditions. Now let the two numbers be a and b. We have to find the value of a and b. Here am equal to 7, we know am equal to a plus b by 2, or 7 is equal to, replacing the value of m, that is a plus b by 2, or cross multiplication, 14 equal to a plus b, or 14 equal to a plus b, or 14 minus a equal to 14 minus b, you can write a also, 14 minus b is equal to a. Now this is our equation 1. Now again we have another case, that is product of two numbers is 48. Also product of two numbers, we have two cases, two numbers is 48. Now that is a into b, you can see is 48. Now we can replace the value of a from equation 1, putting the value of a from equation 1, we get, now a is 14 minus b and bracket close and b equal to 48. Now let's multiply, let's open the bracket, 14b minus b square is equal to 48, or 0 equal to, we take everything to right inside, b square minus 14b plus 48. We can factorize it. Our product is 48 and sum is 14, so our two numbers are 8 and 6. 8b plus 6b inside the bracket plus 48, or 0 is equal to, let's open the bracket and sign will be changed inside the bracket. You can see there is plus sign. Now right now it is minus sign. And now let's take common from first two terms, that is b is common and b minus 8 is remaining. From last two terms 6 is common, so b minus 8 is remaining, and from these two terms also b minus 8 is common, or 0 is equal to 6b minus 8 are the factors of this quadratic equation, b square minus 14b plus 48. So either b minus 6 is equal to 0 or b minus 8 equal to 0. Then b is equal to 6 and b is equal to 8. Now we have to find the value of a, and there will be two value of a's when b is equal to 6, then value of a will be from equation 1. You can see we are going to use equation 1. 14 minus 6 is equal to a, that means our a is 8. Likewise, now when b is equal to 8, from 1, 14 minus 8 equal to a, that means 6 is equal to a equal to 6. Now hence our answers are 6, 8 or 8, 6. So numbers can be 6 or and 8 or 8 and 6. So in any cases, the arithmetic mean will be 7. Now this concludes our video on arithmetic mean, and thank you for being with me, and more videos will follow on coming days.